everyone! Welcome to the Jayda InStitches show. Today we are going to make this sweet little scrap busting flower project. This is a three-dimensional flower. It's two-tone, and we actually made it a while ago on the show, years ago actually, and I talked you through the pattern, but we didn't do a full-on tutorial. And a lot of you have asked us if we would please do a tutorial because these three-dimensional flowers have a lot of applications. You can wear them like I am here, like a brooch. You can attach them to your sun hat or your market bag. You can pretty much put them anywhere you might want to add a sweet little flower. So let's grab our hooks, grab our scrap yarn, we'll head on over to the craft table, and we will stitch up a little garden of flowers together. Please visit our shop and purchase a pattern. It helps support our show, and we'll put a link to our shop in the description box down below. To make our three-dimensional flowers, you need 2 colors of scrap yarn. I'm using a medium weight, size 4 acrylic, but you can use whatever you've got lying around. You need a very small amount of both. A pair of scissors, a yarn needle, and I'm using a 4mm hook today. This is also known as a G or a 7 in the UK, but you can use whatever hook size you're comfortable with. And once you've got all that together, we can get started. We're going to begin with the small inner part of the flower, or in this case, the yellow part of the flower. So it's the flower petals that sit up top. We're going to take our yarn and make a slip knot. Make sure it's not too tight or too loose, and we're going to chain 5. Once you have a chain 5, we're going to turn it into a working loop, or the center of our flower, by putting our hook through the first chain we made and slip stitching to join. That's going to create a little ring or a loop that you can fit over your finger. You want to hang on to this loop. I'm going to work over my short tail so that you don't lose track of it, because we're going to make and attach 5 more chain 5 loops into this center so that we can start our petals. This is how we make a chain 5 loop. We chain 5, and then we join with a slip stitch back through the center of our ring. Join with a slip stitch. And that's it. There's a chain 5 loop. We're going to chain 5 more. And do the same thing. Join with a slip stitch right through the center of the main ring. You're going to do 3 more of these. Chain 5 and secure each chain 5 with a slip stitch through the center of the middle ring. Once you have 5 chain 5 loops all worked into that original ring, you might have a bit of a gap here between your first and your last. Doesn't matter, it's going to close in. We're going to start making our petals now. So we're going to work all of the successive petal stitches into the first chain 5 ring. So now you're working into the first ring. This is going to become your first petal, and once you have your first petal done, it'll be pretty obvious how you make all your petals all the way around. So each of these chain 5 loops now represents the base of a petal. We are going to work a single crochet directly into, you're going to work right through the middle space, a half double crochet, a double crochet. This is all being worked into the same loop. And now 5 treble crochets. Remember, a treble crochet is you wrap the yarn around your hook twice, then pick up a loop, and then wrap, pull back through 2, wrap, pull back through 2, wrap, pull back through 2. You want to work 5 in total, so 4 more trebles into the same chain 5 loop. Once you have 5 trebles worked into the same loop, you might find that the real estate's getting a little crowded here, so you can take all of your stitches and just pull them back across that loop edge that you're working around. And now we're going to make the petal smaller again. So we're going to work a double crochet. This is all still into the same loop. A half double crochet, and a single crochet. And there is your first petal made. So every petal, and you're going to make 5 in total all the way around, every single petal consists of, worked into each individual loop, single, half, double, 5 treble, double, half, single. You work directly into the next loop. You work a single, a half, a double, 5 trebles, and then a double, a half, and a single. And you're going to repeat that into every single loop all the way around. Once you've worked that same stitch sequence into each of those 5 loops all the way around, you should have 5 very three-dimensional petals. You can join with a slip stitch to the first stitch, that first single crochet you made in the first petal, and fasten off. That's it for that color. You can grab your yarn needle, flip your flower over, and you can weave that little tail in back and forth underneath some of the stitches on those petals. Once you've got your end woven in, it's time to add color B. So grab your second color, make a slip knot. We're going to attach this to the back of our flower. So the petals should be scooping up. That's the front or the right side. Flip it upside down. And you'll see that everywhere we've joined our petals, there's 2 little loops that connect the petals. So each petal sort of has a loop at the bottom of each side of it. You're going to slip your hook through both of those loops and connect your yarn with a slip stitch through there. And now we're going to do something that's much like the very beginning of the first side. We're going to start making 5 chain 7 loops all the way around. So you chain 7, obviously, for a chain 7 loop. So there's your 7. And you hop over to the next pair of connecting loops. So they might not always be easy to see, especially where you work across your join, but you know there should be 1 loop at the bottom of each edge of each petal. And you want to get 2 loops every single time you do this. It just makes it a little more firmly attached. Slip stitch through those 2 little loops and start all over again. Chain 7 and attach to the next set of loops. There they are here. Get your hook underneath them and slip stitch. You're going to make 7, or I should say 5, chain 7 loops all the way around the back of your flower. When you finished your last chain 7, you're going to join it under the same set of loops that you attached your yarn with in the first place. So just slip it under there. There you go. You should have 5 chain 7 loops. And now into each of these loops all the way around, you probably guessed what's going to happen. We're going to work a very similar pattern to what we did in the front loop for the petals. So into these back or underneath loops, we're going to work the same sort of pattern. It's going to start with a single crochet, then a half, and these are all worked through those big loops, and then a double, so it's a double crochet, and then instead of 5 trebles, we're going to work 7 trebles. So 7 treble crochets into that loop, and after the 7 trebles, you work a double, a half, and a single. And then you move to the next loop and you repeat. Single, half, double, 5 trebles, double, half, single. Work that all the way around into every single one of those chain 7 loops and you'll have 5 bigger petals. Once you've worked that repeating stitch pattern all the way around for each of those 5 chain 7 loops, you should have 5 larger background petals. You can join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet you made on that first petal, fasten off, and weave in your tails. Now if you're going to sew this directly down to something, leave yourself a long tail for the purpose of sewing, but if you're going to turn it into something like a barrette, then you just trim it off and weave it in like you did for the shorter or the smaller petals. And if you're going to add something like a barrette or a pin, you can sew it down directly to the yarn using a needle and thread. Same thing for any buttons or little bits and pieces you might want to put in the center. If you've got really good fabric glue, you can use that too. But I like needle and thread because I know it's on there. So just fasten off if you're going to be adding little bits and pieces. Grab your yarn needle and weave in all of your tails across the backs of those stitches in any one of those petals. If you're going to add a button, I prefer the buttons that are sort of covered on top and have a little stem out the bottom. That way you have sort of a solid center. Thread up your needle and thread. Put your button right in the center and see if you can't get that little bit to sort of pop through the middle. I attach my needle and thread to the edge of the yarn of that circle, and I've double threaded my yarn, or my needle and thread, so I can kind of do this. And then you just poke it right through the center and out the other side. Don't pull too tightly because you don't want to close in the center. So just make sure you're always getting through the center or the middle of that little button post so that you catch the button and it stays attached. Sew it a few times in the same place, as many times as you feel you need to keep it on there. Once you've sewn it down nice and firmly, you can create a little knot at the edge. I like to knot things twice just to make sure it's not going to come undone. And then just sort of tuck my needle underneath some of the yarn and trim it. And if you're going to add a pin or anything to the back of it, you can do the same thing. Make sure you catch the yarn and don't pull too tightly with your stitches because you don't want to pull those little circles out of alignment. But there you go. And now you're all ready to decorate. And there you go, a simple three-dimensional two-tone little flower. You can wear them in your hair or pin them to your clothes or pretty much put them anywhere you might want to add a little flower detail. I hope you had fun making this along with me this week, and we will see you soon on the Jayda and Stitches show. Until then, stay safe, stay crafty, have a wonderful week everybody. Bye!